Hello all my friends, I want to share with you a very interesting story from my life, which shows all that money is not the main thing, it is a trifle. My wife cheated on me with my dad and I might tell my 8.3 million followers. I'm 34M. My soon-to-be ex-wife, Alyssa, is 30F. We've been married for 6 years. On the surface, it's a dream life. I'm a very successful entrepreneur and a public figure. I run a high-end lifestyle blog and YouTube channel with over 8 million followers. Think business strategy, luxury travel, self-improvement, motivational stuff, the whole polished package. I'm known for always getting what I set my sights on. I've built everything from the ground up and I take serious pride in that. Alyssa was a part of that image, tall, blonde, gorgeous, Ivy League educated, designer everything. She photographed well. She played the part of the supportive, elegant wife. People online gushed over her. She's a queen, they'd say in comments. Couple goals. But for the past year or so, things got weird. She started nitpicking me constantly. The way I chewed. How I talked to waiters. She'd accused me of always trying to control everything, which is rich considering she lived in a world I built. Sex dropped off to nearly zero. She always had an excuse, tired, bloated, stressed. But then she'd post half-naked selfies on IG talking about owning her feminine power. She started traveling solo for mental health. Meditation retreats, yoga trips, whatever. I'd offer to come, she'd say she needed space. She claimed I was too intense. I chalked it up to burnout. Maybe I was too focused on work. Maybe I wasn't being present enough. I even started therapy on my own to try and fix things. What AF *** king joke? You know how you can just feel it when something's off? Like the air changes around someone? She was colder. Distant. Smiled like she had secrets. And here's the kicker, I noticed she started texting my dad more. Yeah. My actual father. 61M, divorcee. Always had a taste for the spotlight even though he never earned it. He'd show up to my launch events acting like he was the one giving the keynote. Women liked him, slick, silver fox type. And Alyssa? She used to call him annoying and a dinosaur. Until she didn't. At first I thought I was being paranoid. I mean, who the hell even thinks something like that? Turns out I wasn't being paranoid at all. I was just the last one to know. The moment everything shattered. So yeah, I had my suspicions. Her attitude had changed, the vibe in the house was off, and my dad was suddenly weirdly present. Like, he'd swing by our place unannounced. Not even a text. He'd bring Alyssa her favorite wine or drop off books he thought she'd like. Alyssa, who used to roll her eyes at him, started laughing at his jokes like he was Dave Chappelle. But I still didn't want to believe it. Who would? Then came the moment. The nuclear moment. I was supposed to be out of town, a collab with a fitness brand in LA, big launch event. Last minute, the event got canceled because of some logistics issue with the venue. Instead of heading back home right away, I thought I'd surprise Alyssa. I even stopped on the way from the airport to grab her favorite flowers and a ridiculously expensive bottle of champagne. I was in husband mode, ready to reconnect, maybe have that long overdue heart-to-heart. Fix things. I got home around 10 p.m. Our house was dark. Odd, but maybe she was asleep. Or out. I walked in quietly. Then I heard it. Voices. From upstairs. No moaning. One male. One female. Rhythmic. Familiar. I can't even describe the feeling. I froze in the foyer like a statue. My brain couldn't process what my ears were hearing. I thought maybe she was watching a movie. Please, God, let her be watching a movie. Nope. I walked upstairs slowly. Each step felt like walking through wet concrete. The door to our guest room slightly ajar. Lights off. But moonlight pouring in. And there they were. Her. And my dad. Naked. Twisted together like something out of a bad porn plot. I didn't say anything. I just stared. I wanted it to not be real. But it was so painfully real. Her back arched, his face buried in her neck. Both of them oblivious. Gross. Animalistic. Like they enjoyed the betrayal. I snapped a photo. That's what finally got their attention. The shutter sound. She screamed. My dad looked like he'd seen a ghost. Scrambled off the bed, covering himself like some frat boy caught sneaking out of a dorm room. Alyssa? She didn't even try to hide. She just sat up, hair a mess, and goes, "What are you doing home?" Not, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Not, "I can explain." Not anything even remotely human. Just that. Like I was the intruder. My reply? I don't even remember exactly. Something like, "Wow. You two really went with the cliché, huh?" Then I walked out. Straight down the stairs. Got in my car. Drove. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I couldn't be there another second. I spent that night in a hotel room staring at the ceiling. Champagne still unopened in the passenger seat. Gaslighting 101, the confrontation. The next morning, I didn't go back home. I didn't even call. I needed time to process the psychological sledgehammer I'd just taken to the chest. I stayed off social, too, which for me is unheard of. My team started texting asking if I was okay. I told them I had food poisoning. A lie. Just like the ones my wife had been feeding me for God knows how long. By noon, my phone was blowing up. Alyssa called 17 times. Left 12 texts. All the same fake panic energy. Asterisk, please come home. Asterisk, we need to talk. Asterisk, you don't understand what you saw. Oh, I understood exactly what I saw. I finally answered on the 18th call. My voice was dead flat. Me, you got 10 minutes. Her, can we do this in person? Me, no. Talk. And boy, did she talk. But not the truth. No. What she gave me was a TED Talk in manipulation. She said it wasn't what it looked like. Spoiler, it absolutely was. She claimed it was a one-time thing. Lie. She said she felt emotionally abandoned and confused about her identity as a woman. What does that even mean? Then she actually had the audacity to say, your dad made me feel seen. I almost threw my phone. I stayed silent. Let her keep digging. Then I hit her with the photo. Send it mid-call. She stopped talking immediately. One of those soul-snatching silences. Me, you looked real confused in that photo, huh? Her, I'm sorry. I asked her how long it had been going on. After another round of BS and crocodile tears, she finally admitted it started 6 months ago. When my dad comforted her after a fight we had. She said he started giving her advice and then it just happened. No, sweetie. You don't just fall onto my dad's junk. She swore it didn't mean anything. Said she was lost and caught up in the attention. Kept saying it was my fault that I made her feel small with my success, that she needed something that felt hers. Let me just pause here. I built her skincare brand from scratch. I funded it, branded it, marketed it. I even shot the promo content myself. She used to cry tears of joy when sales rolled in. Now she's telling me I overshadowed her? Then she dropped this gem, maybe if you weren't so obsessed with your followers, I wouldn't have needed someone else. That's when I hung up. She didn't just sleep with my dad. She blamed me for it. And my dad? He sent me a text. A text. It just said, I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Like it was some business deal that went south. The fallout and the fire inside me. After I hung up on her, I went completely off the grid for 2 days. No social. No texts. Just me, a bottle of Macallan, and a notebook. I didn't realize I'd end up scribbling revenge ideas into like a lunatic. Because yeah, I was angry. But not the kind of anger that makes you scream into pillows. This was surgical. Cold. The kind of anger that rewires your DNA. Let's get something straight, I'm not a victim. I've built empires. I've turned rock-bottom moments into rocket fuel. But this was personal sabotage by 2 people who should have protected me, not buried a knife between my ribs while smiling for the Christmas card. And the worst part? I had the power to end her. With a few keystrokes, a few choice uploads, and the right narrative, I could torch her skincare line, scorch her reputation, and make her the most hated woman on social media. Same with my dad, he lives off my name, my success, my clout. Pull that plug? He's back to being some silver-haired nobody who peaked in 1993. But I held back. Not because I didn't want to, but because I needed to be smart. Public mess gets messy for everyone. Even the innocent party. I did have a meltdown though. Honest moment. On day 2, I broke down in the shower like something out of a sad indie film. I had everything, money, prestige, a seemingly perfect life, and it still wasn't enough to keep the 2 people closest to me from choosing each other over me. You start asking yourself questions like, asterisk, was I emotionally unavailable? Asterisk, did I make success more important than intimacy? Asterisk, did I ignore red flags because I wanted to protect the perfect couple brand? Answer, maybe. But I didn't deserve this. No one does. Then came the hardest part, talking to my team. My assistant, who's practically family, cried when I told her what happened. She said, please don't post about it yet. She was right. Even though part of me wanted to hit record and go live with a 10-minute bombshell expose, I needed to think. Because I wasn't just a husband with a broken heart. I was a brand. A very, very powerful one. That night, Alyssa emailed me a long-winded letter. She said she wanted to meet in person. She wanted to make it right. I didn't reply. I forwarded it to my lawyer. And here's the kicker. I ran a background check on her just for fun. Turns out she was still in contact with another ex-yup. Found receipts from a burner IG account. So this wasn't just a single betrayal, this was a pattern. She was never loyal. She was just playing a role I cast her in. And now the mask had slipped. From burnt to rebuilt. So, where did I land after all this? Let's start with the obvious. I'm divorcing her. No hesitation, no reconciliation arc, no couples therapy. This isn't a romantic comedy where betrayal leads to a cute montage and a shared ice cream cone. This is real life, and real life doesn't reward people who keep snakes in their bed. My lawyer drafted the papers within 48 hours. Ironically, I'd signed prenups to protect her from me. In case my brand ever got attacked or I ever went bankrupt, oh well. But turns out, she needed protection from herself. Adultery in our state still counts for something, and her little sexcapade with my father gave me the leverage to cut ties fast and clean. She gets nothing. Not the house, not a cent of the skincare business, not even the Instagram account we built together. She tried to cry her way out of it. "We can fix this," she said in a voicemail. "You're not thinking straight." No, Alyssa, I've never seen things clearer in my life. As for my dad, I cut him out completely. Told him he was dead to me. My mom, who divorced him years ago and always said he was a narcissist in a suit, just nodded when I told her. No tears. Just said, "Now you finally see what I saw." I moved out of our house and into a condo overlooking the water. Minimalist, clean, no memories stuffed in the corners. Just space to think and breathe. I deleted every photo of Alyssa from my feeds. Archived the videos. My followers noticed, of course they did, but I haven't said anything publicly. Yet, the truth? I probably won't ever post the photo. Or drop the full story. Not because she doesn't deserve it, she does. But because I realized something more powerful than revenge. Silence is control. I don't need to destroy her. She's already done that herself. She can sit in the wreckage she created and scroll through all the posts about living her truth and manifesting love, knowing that everyone who matters sees right through it. Instead, I channeled the pain into something else. I'm writing a book, not just about this, but about image versus reality, about building a brand without losing your soul, about the cost of perfection. I've already gotten 2 offers from publishers. Looks like even heartbreak can be monetized. So here's what I'd tell anyone reading this who's going through betrayal. 1. Don't ignore your gut. If it feels off, it probably is. 2. Don't give someone a second chance when they showed you who they really are. Believe the first betrayal. 3. You are not what someone did to you. You are who you choose to be after it. I was the husband who had everything and still got betrayed. But now, I'm the man who walked through fire and came out fucking bulletproof. And if she ever tries to play victim on social, well, let's just say I still have that photo. Thanks for reading. And to Alyssa, because I know you're lurking, hope he was worth it. Out.